What's up, brother? You know, we've been working hard for a long time, you know what I mean? And this is basically makes me happy, and to see my dad that he's able to buy himself, you know, a house with a big private gym. I know there's a lot of things that we could accomplish, and there's a lot of things that we could give back, not only to our people, but to our community, you know what I mean? We got a lot of fighters here. One of our friends painted this. He goes to the first Benavidez boxing gym, the one in Burien. He paints them all himself, so he's a talented brother. So but yeah, this is my dad's design, you know what I mean? This is actually my first time, you know, starting training camp here in this gym.
Stretch it down, pull it up. Ready, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good, under here, roll under the bed.
Gervonta Davis and David Benavidez are currently sharing the same training camp as they prepare for their highly anticipated return to the boxing ring, with both fighters focused on getting ready for their exciting comeback bouts.
10 seconds! Super focused, super motivated.
You gonna feel all this shit we gotta do? Look, hey Tank, we gonna go 35.
With training camp now underway, Fanon Boxing confirms that Tank has officially parted ways with Calvin Ford and joined forces with Jose Benavidez Sr. This surprising partnership has immediately sparked major questions about what this significant change could mean for the champion's motivation, fighting style, and future development. It now appears to be official that Gervonta Davis has a new trainer, Jose Benavidez Sr.
It's official that Gervonta Davis has a new trainer named Jose Benavidez. In this video, though, because there's a lot of conversations going on about what this means for Gervonta Davis as far as his skill set, as far as like his motivation to be in boxing, and whether or not Jose Benavidez Sr. can ignite that fire in Gervonta Davis. Well, in this video, I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about a real reason for what took place in Gervonta Davis's camp. And one of the reasons that he's no longer with Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin. And I think it's an important thing to say, because it's not all on Coach Calvin, and it's not all on Coach Kenny. And
He then reveals a toxic atmosphere filled with betrayal, explaining that the real breakdown began when paid informants infiltrated the fighters' inner circle. A dark pattern of greed was exposed as trusted people started selling the team's private training camp secrets for nothing more than a quick payday.
I've been paying attention to that camp for a while. I know people in that camp. I know people around that camp. And I can tell you without a doubt that the major issue with Gervonta Davis and that particular camp was the fact that there's so many paid snitches in his camp. It was replete with family members and other people who, whenever they got a piece of information about Gervonta Davis, would try to go out and give that information to somebody else in exchange for money. So Gervonta is looking up at the internet, seeing what's being said about him, hearing this information coming out about himself, and saying, man, where's
this internal conflict had been building for years, forcing the team to desperately stop the leaks by enforcing complete silence. You will see how a strict media blackout was put in place simply to protect the fighters' already fragile peace of mind.
And this was a couple years ago. I remember when Gervonta started getting upset with it, and he started blocking people and getting mad about stuff. And he started telling Kenny and Calvin, you know, that basically not to be announcing things, not to say things about who he's going to fight next or what he's going to do next, because Gervonta started getting irritated about that. I also know that Calvin Ford stopped talking to the media for a long period of time. Kenny Ellis stopped talking to the media about Gervonta in that way, because they were appeasing Gervonta and Gervonta's desire to have that information kept in-house, right? So to the extent that they were having conversations that Gervonta Davis didn't want to have,
the espionage went far deeper than anyone expected, with hidden informants actively using private information on social media to sabotage his career from the inside. The speaker compares this modern-day betrayal to a famous psychological warfare strategy used during one of boxing's most legendary rivalries.
However, what happened is you have family members and other members in the gym that have connections with people that have Twitter pages, connections with people that have YouTube pages, and they continued, the people with the Twitter pages and the YouTube pages continue to pay these people money for inside information about Gervonta, and he got very distrustful. Now, if you think, okay, well, man, that's not that big a deal. You know, you go and, you know, people know, you know, it happens all the time where you have spies in camp. Like one particular incident that I know about that really enlightened me to that problem in boxing was when Andre Ward was fighting Sergey Kovalev, and Andre Ward was just being very vocal about knowing what was going on in with John David Jackson and what was going on with Sergey Kovalev. And he was telling basically, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're drinking this and you're drinking this and you're doing that. And your problem was here and your problem is there. Andre Ward knew the whole thing. How? Because he had a spy in the camp. The problem with that, with Gervonta, is when you have spies around him in his family, in the gyms in Baltimore, you have people that leak information.
Sean Porter discusses the unexpected sense of comfort Tank could find in this fast-paced, constantly moving training environment. He questions whether sharing the same relentless, aggressive mindset is exactly what fits the champion's unpredictable lifestyle and competitive mentality.
A great matchup.
I feel like there's some comfort there.
Is that what it is?
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like there's some
They
comfort
both
there.
killers.
He's down in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Miami, yeah.
Washington,
Yeah, he's between
Seattle, Washington, Florida, Arizona,
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
He be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which might match the lifestyle of Gervonta Davis, you know.
Yeah. Surprising to see it. I think. But I feel like he's comfortable.
The discussion goes even deeper as Porter highlights the mysterious spark needed to keep a fighter's inner fire alive. He suggests that this new partnership could become the missing piece, allowing the trainer and fighter to work together in complete harmony and move as one unit.
And just telling y'all what I know, sometimes that's all it takes. Whatever's gonna get this light flip up, turned on, and keep it on, sometimes it's comfort. I just need somebody I feel comfortable with, that I can be myself with, and that, you know, when I'm ready to move, they moving. When they ready to move, I'm moving. And I feel like he thinks he has that with Jose.
I don't know.
That's just right off the top of the head.
likes to
Seeing
move
that
when he-
stuff.
Anthony Burns steps in to question the reasoning behind this unusual partnership, creating a strong sense of doubt and skepticism. The hosts debate whether the new trainer can truly recreate the same level of success he achieved with his own family while working with a fighter from outside that circle.
It's a weird one for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Why?
It's just only like it's paired up right. Like I feel like Jose can definitely train his son. I'm not sure about every.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We seen him train Jose and David, and then also
Pacheco and Rayo.
Jose Rayo, yeah, and Pacheco as well. You know, Pacheco isn't with them,
And they
anymore,
both are going.
As the conversation shifts to the sudden fallout, Sean Zittel admits that the bitter split with Calvin Ford makes very little sense on paper. He reflects on the unique foundation Ford built into his fighters, highlighting how he developed their skills from the ground up and proved his undeniable talent as a trainer.
So I don't add up the beef with him and Calvin Ford, really. I guess Calvin may have done an interview or two that Gervonta didn't like, but it's like,
That made no sense, man.
Look, I remember when I saw Truck Simpson spar before Truck tailed off, when he had promise. No offense, Truck, you know, much love to you. But when Truck was 18, 19 years old, and it was like, oh, this kid, he has talent. He has real upside. He threw his punches in the same way Gervonta Davis did. He had a lot of the same kind of rhythm that Gervonta did, and that's what made me go, Calvin is a good trainer. Even though Calvin didn't move the needle for Jahan Ingram over the weekend. Jahan Ingram lost to Devin Cushing. It didn't look like Calvin had a big impact on him winning, and he wound up losing to Devin Cushing. Devin Cushing, bigger guy, anyways. But when I saw Truck do that, I go, okay, so Calvin has an imprint. He has a system. There's a way a guy he builds from scratch in the Baltimore amateur program looks. And so that made...
Zittel concludes by recalling a time when only Ford could pull the champion out of his darkest and most unmotivated moments in the gym. His reflection leaves everyone wondering how a relationship built on deep trust, unwavering loyalty, and years of shared success could ultimately fall apart so completely.
Tank being in the gym for the Santa Cruz fight, came in heavy and was in Floyd's gym, and he didn't that spark didn't come and Floyd was trying to get it out of him. It wasn't really happening in the first couple weeks. He had to wait to wire. He had a couple months until the Santa Cruz fight date. But once Calvin came to the gym from Baltimore, the spark started and the light came on, and I was like, that's a bond. And I don't know. I'm just, it's like I don't know what the big beef is. Why Calvin built you from scratch. He has always went to bat for you, even when you make it very hard for someone to go to bat for you with all the shit you put yourself and your fan base through and the boxing world through. And Calvin's always tried to say the right things to not offend you. But hey.
But while Tank has officially begun this demanding training camp alongside Jose Benavidez Sr., a cloud of uncertainty still surrounds his immediate future. Early reports suggested that a blockbuster showdown with Kid Austin had already been finalized, but despite those rumors, official confirmation has yet to arrive, leaving fans waiting for a clear announcement.
And Floyd Schofield are edging a little bit closer to a fight. What are you hearing from that end?
Yeah, I'm hearing all positive. I'm hearing these negotiations have been progressing in a very positive way between the sides of Gervonta Davis and Floyd Schofield. Now, we have not seen Gervonta Davis in the ring since that disputed draw against Lamont Roach early last year. We have not seen Floyd Schofield in the ring since the stunning one-round knockout over Tevin Farmer last June. There were some plans back in April to get Floyd Schofield into the ring, but he and his father, who's also his manager, who's also his co-trainer, they said, we don't want any kind of stay busy fight. We want a world title fight, and they want that fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. Again, I am told a lot of positive progress to the point that they're discussing dates for this fight. They're discussing late September, or early October to match Floyd Schofield against Gervonta Davis for that WBA 135-pound title.
Adding even more fuel to the fire, Gervonta Davis shook the boxing world by delivering a powerful knockout warning to both Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. This unexpected message has raised the excitement to another level, leaving fans wondering which one of them will eventually step into the ring to face the dangerous champion next.
And I don't hide it. I said that I think that there's 3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
Yeah,
right.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me, Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I feel you, but check this right there. But okay, so you telling me you cracked both of them, right? But I was also told that Devin got the best of you in the last sparring session. He didn't get no best of me. He did not get no best of me.
He jumped right off the plane as far as Devin. Right off the plane.
No best of me. He didn't get no best of me.
Let me tell you something, man. You can go on the internet.
And I sparred him twice.
Right. And Bill
took him out the ring.
And Bill admitted that. Bill and Dan both said that.
Almost knocked him out in Floyd gym. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you I knocked him out in the gym? Did they tell you that?
I don't know, but I ain't hear that.
Floyd Schofield Sr. fires back with brutal honesty, accusing the champion of using his recent media antics as nothing more than a smokescreen to hide what he believes is a cowardly retreat. He argues that the sudden social media callouts are a calculated distraction, designed to shift the public's attention away from claims that Tank is avoiding his dangerous mandatory challenger.
It's a duck. A duck is a duck.
He just needed a big diversion to make people believe and look away from him ducking his mandatory person. He ducked us before he had the Roach fight, too. He ducked us over a year. So a duck is a duck. That's all I have to say. Because if Keyshawn's supposed to be fighting Devin, why he calling out Devin? If he not moving up to fight Shakur, why he calling out Shakur? And he has a mandatory, so he preferred to give up his belt. So thank you. We have no problem becoming the world champion. The boogeyman left. He ran. So that's all that shit is smoke and mirrors. They've been calling each other out for years now. All of them. Has it ever happened?
I don't think it's happening now.
So this is just a diversion so people don't look at him like, yo, you.
The heated criticism continues as Schofield Sr. warns that today's growing obsession with fame and easy money is slowly destroying the true spirit of traditional boxing. He argues that by giving up the world title and walking away from the division, a damaging message is being sent to every young amateur fighter working hard to earn a legitimate opportunity to achieve greatness.
And that's acceptable. For the YouTubers, yeah, I get y'all. It's about money. It's about fame. Yeah, that's the Floyd Mayweather era. That's the era that's fading out. We of the era that you work your way up to number one, you fight the champion. Because that's what give hope to these kids in the hood or these kids going through the amateurs. The hope when they get to number one in the ranking, they can have their chance at fighting for a world title. You take that away, then you destroy boxing. So, smoke and mirrors, man. The man gave up his title.
In the middle of all this chaos, Devin Haney added even more excitement by posting a series of cryptic, high-profile messages on social media. Haney first sparked speculation with a simple, energized, "Let's go," before posting what appeared to be a major fight announcement by writing, "Haney versus Davis." He then fueled the rumors even further by quoting his own post with the single word, "key," leading many fans to believe he was hinting at a highly anticipated showdown with Keyshawn Davis. Despite these major callouts and apparent fight hints from rival camps, the boxing world is still left wondering who will actually be the next opponent to step into the ring against Gervonta Davis. Meanwhile, David Benavidez shifts the attention to his own ambitious plans, confidently stating that he intends to move back down and pursue a fight with Dimitri Bivol. He makes it clear that his ultimate goal is to conquer the light heavyweight division and deliver the undisputed legacy fights that boxing fans have been eagerly waiting to see.
Yeah, 100%. We're going after Dimitri Bivol.
Okay, that's it.
I told you guys that's what I got. That's what I wanted to do, and just so the fans they have something to look up to. That's look forward to. That's why I give you guys my breakdowns, what I'm trying to do, what are my plans. And I told you guys I was gonna come back down and fight Bivol, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now I won 2 more titles at cruiserweight. Now it's time to capture the rest.
Addressing the growing rumors about moving up even further, Benavidez completely dismisses the idea of competing in the heavyweight division anytime soon because of the significant difference in power. He emphasizes that his immediate focus is on establishing himself at 175 pounds, dominating the division, and systematically taking on elite opponents like Artur Beterbiev before considering any move to a higher weight class.
But these are big guys. This is an extremely different type of power. So I'm not thinking about heavyweight anytime soon. If I think of heavyweight, maybe that's probably by 5-6 years. But what I really wanted to do is I want to become unified champion at 175 and become a dominant champion at 175. I've been telling you guys I want to get Dimitri Bivol, then Artur Beterbiev, and I know those are 2 fights that all the world of boxing wants to see. So right now that I can make 175 comfortably, I feel like
the story takes another dramatic turn as Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez enters the conversation, boldly calling out Benavidez and immediately capturing the attention of the boxing world. This unexpected challenge adds a new layer of uncertainty, leaving fans wondering whether the Mexican monster could be drawn into a high-stakes cruiserweight showdown with the division's reigning champion. For now, however, there is still no official confirmation regarding who Benavidez will face in his next fight.
That's the main fight I'm chasing. That is my goal right now. You know what I mean? And until I win that WBO and that WBA and the WBC as well, you know what I mean? That's my goal. You know what I mean? Anyone that says anything else, fine. I want to become undisputed.
The future of boxing could be shaped by the major decisions these elite fighters are making behind the scenes. With Tank Davis restructuring his entire training team, Devin Haney building anticipation through cryptic social media posts, and David Benavidez focused on dominating his division, the sport continues to evolve at a rapid pace. Every decision made inside these training camps carries significant consequences and has the potential to reshape the legacy of everyone involved. Long-standing rivalries are becoming increasingly personal, with the mental battle extending far beyond what happens inside the ring. As the landscape continues to shift, fans are eagerly waiting for what could become one of the most exciting periods in modern boxing. A single mistake or leaked secret could completely change a champion's path, making the anticipation surrounding these upcoming fights even greater. Career-defining moments like these could determine the sport's hierarchy for years to come, leaving little room for error. What do you think about Tank Davis leaving his longtime coaching staff to work with Jose Benavidez Sr.? Do you believe this major change will improve his performance when he returns to the ring? Will Devin Haney's teased matchup with Keyshawn Davis steal the spotlight, or will David Benavidez successfully secure a showdown with Dimitri Bivol and continue building his legacy? Do you think the growing problem of leaked information and paid informants inside training camps is damaging the trust and integrity of boxing? How much does Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez's challenge change the direction of Benavidez's career, and should he accept that dangerous detour? In your opinion, who is the true boogeyman remaining across these divisions once all the hype settles? Has the constant pressure from social media and repeated ducking accusations forced fighters into taking major matchups sooner than they originally planned? And if Benavidez decides to pass on the cruiserweight challenge for now, would that affect your view of him as a fighter willing to face anyone? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more boxing news, analysis, and exciting updates.